Welcome back to another Minetest mod review. Today we are looking at the Lightup mod, which, as you can see in front of you here, lights things up, hence the name. But what this does that's really neat is, unlike a lot of, like I can't even think of what the mods are called offhand, but the ones where, like, when you're holding a torch it lights up. Well, it's kind of like that, but better. Because this, as you may be noticing, lights up where you're pointing. So I can point up... Okay, that's too far away. It got really dark. Point up at the ceiling and I get light up on the ceiling. So I can see way over to this wall here. I can use this when I'm running around and see what's ahead of me. And make informed decisions on whether or not I want to go down someplace. Right here, this looks like an optimal place to test this out. Now, of course, I have an advantage here because there's water, so I can't really land in too much of a dangerous position. But yeah, it's still nice to know. Now, I'm a little confused as to why this water is becoming sources. Also, up to sea warning. I should probably throw one of those in here. If flashing lights causes you to have seizures, you probably shouldn't watch the rest of this video. Probably shouldn't have watched any of it. This seems to be like just a bug on my end. I don't understand exactly what's going on. Cause like when I'm in the normal ground here, well, the normal one. When I'm in the air. That would be the correct way of putting it. I don't have these issues. But if I go underwater, the whole thing just flickers. And I don't understand why. So like I'm in water now. And it blinks. It's not supposed to do that. The little preview animation on the mod page shows it working perfectly underwater without that happening. So I'm not sure why it's happening to me. I've tried it both in the dev build of Minetest and in the latest stable, and I get the exact same results either way. This is currently using the dev build, but like I said, same result either way. So I don't know what the difference is to this versus what is on the forums, but yeah, it pretty much just puts a light where you're pointing. There is some distancing limits, so if I could find something that's far enough away here. Okay, that was far enough away. So how many ever spaces away that is, how many ever nodes, whatever that vertical distance is there. Well, vertical and horizontal, actually. It's kind of both. Whatever that distance is, that's how far away this will work. Now, it doesn't add a craft recipe at all. As you can tell, I don't have to be holding anything to do this. It just works, but it does add a privilege. So there is a privilege called Lightup, and because I'm playing in single player, I can't revoke it to myself, from myself. But on a server, you could grant it to only specific people. Also, if you have the server priv, you can use it as well. So, hence the reason why I can't revoke it in single player. Because, you know, admin and all that good stuff in single player. So it works like this. Now I don't think I set a home. Nope. Let's teleport. Oh, let me turn on all that good stuff. So we'll take a look here above ground. Unless it's time to something dark. And let me go ahead and do some fast running here. Nice level plane, which is perfect for this kind of test. So it keeps up fairly well, and if we look back, we see spots of light slowly disappearing behind. I shouldn't really say slowly. It happens at a very good speed. And keep running. This is really faster than I think you'd ever actually be able to run in game, unless You've maybe got some armor that gives you some really good speed buffs. I don't know. It's possible, of course. You know what we could do? Let me do this. So currently we're at 2. Let's see how high we can reach before it turns off. $11. Okay, I can't even. It's beyond my reach. It's getting fainter. I think it's okay. There, we're off at about 17. So you have about 15 nodes reach with this that it'll give you light for. I think I'm inside of the ground, which may be why that wasn't working properly. Yeah, so you do have to kind of point at the ground in front of you for it to really work. You can't be looking up at the mountain because it won't work because you're not pointing at a close enough node. What it's doing is it uses raycast. So it looks to see what you're pointing at, and I didn't look at the code, but I'm assuming, then checks what the distance is, and if the distance is, it appears to be 15 or less, it adds in an invisible node that creates light, I'm assuming. The way lighting works in Minetest, though, every node here actually stores its light value in itself. So this potentially, if you were using it on a server, and there were a lot of people that had the ability to use it, it could create a lot of, not necessarily lag, but a lot of map read and writes, which depending on how your map database is set up and how much RAM you have, it could potentially cause issues, maybe. I don't really think it would take up too much RAM, but if you're running on something very low powered, say maybe a Raspberry Pi, it might cause issues. But from what I've seen on the forum topic and in my own experience here, it seems to work quite well. And yeah, don't really seem to be any major problems with it. It seems quite reliable. I think we've been doing a lot of running around here, and if I go up and take a look-see around, I'm not seeing any glowing spots that shouldn't still be lighting up. So I think, oh wait, here one is, and there one is. So we do have a couple, oh, but that one just went away. And this one was just getting, and that one went away too. Okay, well, that's promising. So it would appear as if there is some sort of mechanism in place to clean up stray spots that get left around. It's using node timers, I thought. So I'm not really sure how that should even be able to happen. But, of course, we all know that little bugs can creep in and stuff, so it's probably all it is. Plus, I was running around pretty fast. I find it difficult to believe that the map would have unloaded before the timer would have run to erase it, but that's possible. I guess it would depend on what the map distance is set to for running that stuff. But I feel like the default should have been enough where that wouldn't happen. I don't know. I obviously didn't really look into what happened there, other than obviously it shouldn't have looked like that, but it fixed itself. So I'm not really going to say too much amiss about it. It seems to work quite well and seems to be quite nice, because there's quite the difference from having that where you can only see a little bit around you to having this where you can see quite far around you. It's really nice climbing in caves. That's the big thing. Climbing in caves, you can see what's ahead of you. You can look down over edges and see, assuming it's not too far, see what you're looking at down below, and you can more safely determine if you can make the jump and not die when you impact, or if you need to build yourself some kind of a stairway down, or a stack of sand, or, you know, whatever the pro gamers do these days. That's going to wrap this one up. See, it goes all blinky in water. It's not supposed to do that. I don't know why it's doing that for me, but your mileage may vary, I guess. So this was the Lightup mod. Links for download and the forum topic and all that good stuff will be on my website as always, which is linked down in the video description. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another video, and I will see you then.